Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Before we get started, do we have any emergency or priority traffic for the net? Alright, not hearing any. This net meets every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Atlantic in the CQ Maritime's room, 60207. The net is open to all amateurs in the Maritime provinces and is scheduled for 1 hour. The net is also being live streamed on YouTube. Look for Rob, VE1RMJ. That's Rob, Victor Echo 1, Romeo, Mike, Juliet. And that's so that everyone can follow along with the net and participate in the chat room. Amateurs will be called in by province. When you check in, give us your call sign using proper phonetics. After Maritime stations are called in, stations from outside the area will have a chance to check in, and then we'll do another round of all locations. A reminder, due to a delay in the system, key up for a second or two before transmitting, and keep your PTT button on for a second after your transmission has finished. Alright, before we get started, do we have any announcements for the net? Okay, not hearing anything. We're going to start our net with short time and mobile stations. Short time and mobile stations, please call now.
Victor Yankee 2, Golf Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Sierra, VE1JS.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima, V9PL.
Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo Mobile. Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo.
Victor Alpha 1, Bravo India Lima, VA1BIL.
Okay, so far I was able to copy for short time and mobiles. I got VY2 Golf Foxtrot, a VE1 Juliet Sierra, a VE9 Papa Alpha Lima, a VE9 Charlie Uniform Bravo Mobile, and a VA1 Bravo India Lima. Any other short time or mobiles?
You give me Robert, VE1 Foxtrot Sierra Mike.
Alright, I got you on the list there as well now, Frank. Alright, we'll go and take our mobile station here. VE9 Charlie Uniform Bravo Mobile. Don, come on in.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha. This is Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo here, mobile. Anyway, good evening, Rob, and good evening to everybody on the Fusion Net tonight. No traffic, just a simple check-in. I hope everybody's having a great, safe and good week coming up. Hey, Alpha, this is Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo, 73 to 1.
VE9 CUB, VE1 Sierra. Right, Don, thanks for checking. Just for your info, there's a few breakups there in the transmission, but we got everything. Thanks again, and 7-3. Next is VY2 Golf Foxtrot. George, come on in.
Well, good evening, Robert, and everybody in the net. Thank you for doing the net. Well, fairly quiet week, and a fairly quiet week coming up, but this weekend is a contest I've taken part in for a number of years. It's the Work to All Germany contest, and I find it particularly satisfying, and I happen to have a contact in all 16 states in Germany. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good week, and we look forward to the net next Wednesday. Victor Yankee 2 Golf Foxtrot.
VY2 Golf Foxtrot, VE1C. All right, George, thanks for checking in. Have a good evening, 7-3. Now we'll go to VE1 Juliet Sierra. John, come on in.
VA1 Charlie Alpha in the net, VA1 JS. Good evening, Ron. Good evening, all. It's kind of a +3 day here in Sandy Cove. Still blowing pretty hard. And temperature down to 8. It's going to be a chilly night. Anyway, hope to see some people at the Greenwood Flea Market on Saturday. Put some faces to call signs. I'm going to have a table and some stuff to sell. So hope to see lots of people there. 7-3s, we'll look for you next week. V1 Charlie Alpha, V1 JS, 7-3.
V1JS, VE1 Sierra. John, thanks for checking in, and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. And now we'll go to VE9 Papa Alpha Lima. Paul, come on in.
Yeah, VE1CA, this is VE9PAL. How you doing there, Robert? And everybody else out there in Hamland? Yeah, she's 6 degrees, man. She's getting cold and got a little bit of that eco brick inside the wood stove there, trying to get the dampness out of the house anyway. Other than that, no traffic here. You guys all take care. Have a great week. V9PAL.
VE9PL, VE1CA. All right, Paul, thanks for the check-in, and 7-3. Have a good evening. And now we'll go to VA1 Bravo India Lima. Bill, come on in.
VE1 Charlie Alpha, VA1 VIL. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for doing the net, Rob, and I have no traffic. I hope everybody has a great week. 7-3, VA1 VIL. Clear.
VA1 VIL, VE1CA. All right, Bill, thanks for checking in. Have yourself a good evening, 7-3. And last on the short time list is VE1 Foxtrot Sierra Mike. Frank, come on in.
VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE1 Foxtrot Sierra Mike. Good evening, Rod. Good evening to everybody else on net tonight. And yeah, a little bit of short time here. Going down to the mother-in-law's and flea market this weekend. Well, we're probably not going to make that one, definitely. So I'll probably be sitting in a tree stand. It's pretty much the start of the season for me here with the black powder and whatnot. So anyway, Rob, no real traffic. Just sitting here for another couple minutes before we head out the door. So we'll turn it back to you. VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE1 Foxtrot Sierra Mike.
VE1 FSM, VE1C. All right, Frank, sounds good. Sounds like a good weekend coming up there. And yeah, I got some other things on the go. Unfortunately, I can't make it to the flea market as well. 7-3. Alrighty, so we're at the bottom of the list of short time stations, so we're going to call in by province. And we'll start with Prince Edward Island. Any PEI stations that would like to check in, please call now.
Victor Echo 1 Alpha India Charlie, V1 AIC.
Okay, I have VE1 AIC. Any other any other PEI stations that would like to check in? Oh, VE1 AIC. Come on in, Ron.
Hey, good evening, Robin. All the net. Nice cool evening on PI +6 and headed downwards, so it's going to be a cool night. The one AIC.
V1 AIC, VE1 CA, yeah. If it's getting down that cold already, it will be. Thanks for the check-in, Ron, and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. Okay, now we'll go to New Brunswick. Any New Brunswick stations that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion Net, please call now.
9 Victor Echo Alpha.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Romeo. VE1 JPR. Victor Echo 9, Papa India November, VE9 PIN.
Alright, so far for New Brunswick stations, I have a VE9 Victor Echo Alpha, a VE1 Juliet Papa Romeo, and VE9 Papa India November. Any other New Brunswick stations? We pulled everybody out there in the first round. Oh, VE9 VEA. Vern, come on in.
Yeah, VE1 Charlie Alpha Wednesday Night Fusion Net Control. Good evening, Rob. Good evening to all fine, outstanding hands-on frequency. Well, Rob, we got in pretty good tonight, and the first try to check in worked for us tonight, so maybe I'm getting the hang of it. Like they say, you can't teach old dogs new tricks, but maybe I'm catching on to something here. So, Rob, nice net you got running, that's for sure. We'll just, I think I just said it, I'm not sure. Good evening to all fine, outstanding hams. Anyhow, if I didn't, I'll repeat it and I won't have to use carbon paper. So, Rob, that's about the size of it. No traffic and all that stuff, but we're giving you another mark on the board and another count for the counter, so we'll go from there. Oh, Rob, 7-3, so fine, outstanding hams. Have a great evening, a great wake-up call tomorrow. 7-3 to you, Rob, and have a good net. The rest of it will be listening along most of it. Boys, I can hardly talk. I got some paralysis in my face these days, so it doesn't help me talking there, Rob. 7-3, Rob. Thanks for calling us in one more time, putting up with my foolishness one more time. Hopefully we'll be around next week there to read the airways again. Bye-bye.
Oh, VE9, VEA, VE1 CA. Alright, Vern, well, it's great having you in there, and great transmission, and everything was great. No problems at all hearing you there this evening, Vern. Everything's great. And you take care and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. Alright, next station is Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Romeo. Pat, come on in.
Good evening, Rob, and everybody on the net. Just a quick check-in here. Almost time to get those winter tires on, boys and girls. Yeah, apparently there's going to be some snow up north, so everybody stay safe. Hopefully you survived your turkey coma there yesterday, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that were sleepy. So 73 to all. Everybody have a great fall. VE1 JPR.
VE1 JPR, VE1 CA. All right, Pat, thanks for checking in there this evening, and you have yourself a great evening, 7-3.
Alrighty, next we got Victor Echo 9, Papa India November. Bert, come on in.
Good evening, everyone from Edmonton tonight. Not much to report. We saw a few flurries coming down yesterday afternoon. It was +5, but saw little flurries coming down anyway. So probably soon to get to I guess at least 1 month there after we saw the first snowflake. But I don't know if it's the first snowflake or the first fall down. Anyway, not much to report. Besides that, stay safe and have a good rest of the week.
VE9, PIN, VE1CA. Alright, Bert, well, thanks for checking in and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. And with that, we're at the bottom of the list, and next we're going to be calling in Nova Scotia stations. Stations in Nova Scotia that would like to check in to the Maritime Fusion Net, please call now.
VE1 Oscar X-ray, VE1 FOX.
Victor Echo 1, Echo Juliet Mike. Victor Echo 1, Alpha Bravo X-ray. Victor Echo 1, Juliet Whiskey 1, JW.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Charlie Sierra.
Victor Echo 1, Delta Alpha Delta, VE1 DAD.
VE1 GUI.
Alright, so far I have VE1 JCC, VE1 FOX, VE1 Echo Lima Mike, VE1 Alpha Bravo X-ray, VE1 Juliet Whiskey, VE1 Zulu Bravo, VE1 Juliet Charlie Sierra, VE1 Delta Alpha Delta, and VE1 Golf Uniform Yankee. Did I miss anyone?
I think you missed me, Rob. VE1JCC.
I got you right on the top of the list, Joe. I got you. Anybody else?
Victor Echo 1, Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa Delta.
I got Echo, a VE1 Echo Juliet Mike, and a VE1 Echo Papa Delta. One more try for Nova Scotia. Okay, we'll go to the top of the list. VE1 JCC. Good evening again there, Joe. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, buddy boy. Good evening to you. Good evening to everybody on the net here. VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE1 Juliet Charlie Charlie. Over here at Big Lake, where it's, right now it's dark. HI. I think we got a little shower this afternoon, but it didn't rain all day. And I didn't get anything done because I was playing with my phone here. Anybody that drops their cell phone in water, the rice is nice. Minute rice too, I guess. Man, I thought she was dosed, and it fired right up there this morning. I had to put it on the charger. The battery was dead, but the lightning bolt come on there, and we charged it up, and I got all my photos out of it, and all my contacts, and all's good there now. So my daughter's got herself another cheap phone, HI. Thanks, Robert, for excuse me, for doing the net there, and a big howdy doody to everybody coming up behind us. Have a great net, and we'll be listening. VE1 Juliet Charlie.
Oh, VE1JCC, VE1C. All right, Joe. Yeah, that's great news. Good, you were able to bring her back there, get the stuff off that you needed. Good stuff. And thanks for checking in. Have a great evening, 7-3. All right, next we're gonna go to VE1 Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray. Curtis, come on in.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha, with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray, here in 3 Mile Plain. Good evening to you, Robert. Good evening to all the other operators there on there this evening. Hi to Joe there and Tracy. Well, I'm not going to stick on because I got that old flu, and I've had it now for a couple of days, and boy, it's something you don't want to get a hold of. It's miserable old stuff. Anyway, we had fine weather today. Gosh, it was up around, I think we got in around 8 or 9 degrees there, and geez, it's still on 6 degrees out there tonight. And raining. We got rain here a little while ago there, so I don't think it's raining right at this time, but we did get some rain. Besides that, I guess that's about it, Robert. Not really to say too much going on, but everybody in this household is sick, so I don't want to speak too much into the mic. It might come out of somebody's speakers in. They're all gaining and that. There's bad stuff. With that, we'll give it back to you, Robert. Thanks for calling me in. Thanks for doing that. And we'll take it back and see what goes on. So Victor Echo 1 Charlie Alpha with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray. Here in 3 Mile Plains, going that way. 7-3, Robert, back to you.
Oh, VE1FOX, VE1 Sierra Curtis, thanks for the check-in, and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. Next is Victor Echo 1 Echo Juliet Mike. Eric, come on in.
VE1 Charlie Alpha, Victor 1 Echo Juliet Mike. Yep, good evening, Rob, and everybody else on net. There's no rain here in Dartmouth yet, so not too much to report here this evening. Just thought I'd jump in here and give you another mark on your slate. So hopefully everybody has a great week, and hopefully I can get back into the net next week. VE1CA, VE1EJM, I'm going clear.
VE1 EJM, VE1 CA. All right, Eric. Well, thanks for checking in, and you have yourself a great evening, 7-3. Next, we'll go to Victor Echo 1 Alpha Bravo X-Ray. Guy, come on in.
Well, good evening there, Rob. 7-3 all. Not too much going on here. Wind's blowing a gale outside, and has been for the last couple of days. Been trying to get down there into my back 40 there to get the tower filled back in there, backhauled, but geez, man, just blowing and blowing and raining and blowing. Doesn't want to stop. Anyway, that's about the most important news I got, Rob. I'll shoot her back to you. 7-3 all, VE1 AVX.
V1 ABX, VE1 Sierra guy, thanks for checking in and have a great evening. 7-3. Now we're off to see VE1 Juliet Whiskey. Eric, come on in.
Yeah, good evening, Robert, and everybody else. Quiet evening. I spent didn't do too much today. A few little chores this morning, and a little cleaning lady came this afternoon. Had the upstairs for us, and I decided to try to resurrect an old MacBook laptop. I had it's about 8 or 9 years old, I guess. And I retired it and got a new one when it wouldn't update anymore and whatnot. So I decided to read articles about putting Linux on it, and rejuvenating it. So I made a key this afternoon for Ubuntu and install, and it started up. And so I said, all right, let's install it. We'll wipe the Mac OS off it. We can always put it back on if we get desperate. But anyway, so far I got no Wi-Fi, no Ethernet, and no sound. So that's where I'm at so far. But it is on and it is running. But of course I can't do any updates or check for any drivers because I don't have any Ethernet, but internet. I tried the Wi-Fi, and it seems to see my router, but it doesn't like my password, I guess. And I even went and plugged a Wi-Fi or plugged the router right into it, plugged an Ethernet cable into it. It doesn't see that either. So looks like I got some troubleshooting to do, and I haven't played with Linux a whole lot, so I thought I might give it a chance and maybe try to learn. But I've got a couple of friends here that use it, so hopefully they can give me some pointers and kind of steer me in the right direction to resolve the issues. Other than that, nothing too much exciting here this evening. V1 JW.
V1 JW, VE1 C. All right, Eric. Well, good luck with reviving that Mac. Having Ubuntu on it. Once you get all the drivers situated where it's so old, hopefully you'll get it up and running. And it should be able to run Ubuntu pretty good. And maybe give you quite a few more years before it's time to recycle it there. 7-3 and have a great evening. All right, next we're going all the way over to my neighbor, Victor Echo 1, Zulu Bravo. Mike, come on in. VE1 Zulu Bravo, VE1 CA here. Mike, you weren't making it in the repeater. It was keyed up, but it was breaking up and couldn't make you out. Do you want to try it again? V1 Zulu Bravo, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Okay, Mike, well, we didn't copy it, but I got you marked down. All right, you have yourself a great evening, and 7-3. Next we go to Victor Echo 1, Juliet, Charlie, Sierra. James, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everyone, and thanks for calling me in. This is Victor Echo 1, Juliet, Charlie, Sierra, James, and Anthony Ganesh. Not much going on, just doing a bit of work here in the shack and listening along to the net. Anyways, have a great net, and pleasure to check in this evening.
V1 JCS, VE1 Sierra. James, well, thanks for the check-in, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3. Next, we have Victor Echo 1 Delta Alpha Delta. David, come on in.
VE1CA, VE1DED. Good evening, Rob, and everybody on frequency. It was kind of rainy here in the south Nova Scotia. It'd rain 1 minute and stop, and the sun would come out, and rain again, and off and on. And it stopped there for a while, and right now it's not raining, I don't think, right at the minute. But anyhow, thanks for doing the net. Thanks for taking me in, 73s.
VE1 Delta Alpha Delta, VE1C. All right, David, well, thanks for the check-in, and you have yourself a great evening, 7-3. Now we'll go to Victor Echo 1 Golf Uniform Yankee. Joe, come on in.
VE1CA, Rob, VE1GUR. Good evening to you. Good evening to everyone else on Maritime Fusion Net here tonight. Has been a fairly decent day. Off and on, like Dave said, rain a little bit. You know, sun come out nice and pretty. You go outside to do a little something. All might the rain come down, the clouds got so black, and the rain all come down again. I've done that a few times today. I said that. I'll stay inside and I won't bother with it. So anyway, I just stayed inside all day, watched the sun, watched the rain, watched the sun, and watched the rain. And of course, we didn't get much rain. 6 millimeters out of it, so but it's just the off and on thing. So that's the worst of it. Thanks for calling me in, Rob. Enjoy the rest of the evening. See you later, V1GUY.
VE1GUY, VE1C. All right, Joe, thanks for the check-in, and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. All right, now we have Victor Echo 1 Echo Juliet Mike. Eric, come on in. Okay, I'll try that again. Hopefully I copied the call sign right. Victor Echo 1 Echo Juliet Mike. Eric, if you're there, come on in. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go to the next station here, last on the list. Victor Echo 1 Echo Papa Delta. Edwin, come on in.
VE1CA, VE1EPD. No, not much to me today, I guess. I'm just listening along. A little bit of rain, a little bit of sun, like everywhere else, I guess, today. I went down the wharf and everywhere else. See what was going on. Worked in the garage for a bit, so just make the time go by. See what else you can gather. Thanks for calling me in. VE1CA, VE1EPD.
VE1EPD, VE1C. All right, Edwin. Well, thanks for the check-in, and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. All right, that's the first round of the Maritimes. So now we're going to look for stations outside the Maritimes. Stations outside the Maritimes that are looking to check in to the Fusion Net, please call now.
Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa, VA6FP.
Okay, I have VA6FP. Are there any other stations outside the Maritimes? Okay, Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa, Francis, come on in.
VE1CA for the Maritime Fusion Net from VA6FB. Well, good evening, Robert. Forgetting the time difference here. Sometimes it just gets away from me. Other than that, no traffic really this week from up here. We're just watching the weather closely. Mostly cloudy day. A few sunny spots, but not a whole lot. Didn't get up all that high, about 12 degrees Celsius. But I know next Monday they're predicting flurries, or I should say more like a snowfall in the national parks between Jasper and Banff. They could get 10 to 15 centimeters, but that's nothing new. That happens this time of the year. Maybe into the foothills a bit less, but we're not expecting anything over in this direction. If we get anything, it'll probably be still in the form of rain. We sure could use it. Other than that, Robert, no other traffic. I hope everyone has a great week ahead, and we'll say 7-3 all around. VE1CA from VA6FB.
VA6FP, VE1CA. All right, Francis, well, thanks for the check-in, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3. All right, now we'll go and do our second round, starting with PEI. Is there anyone else from PEI that would like to check in? Please call now. And one more try for PEI stations. All right, nothing heard. Let's try New Brunswick again. Second round, New Brunswick. Please call now.
VE1, Juliet Echo Charlie.
VE1 Oscar Lima, VE1 OL.
Okay, so far for New Brunswick stations, I have VE1 Juliet Echo Charlie and VE1 Oscar Lima. Any other New Brunswick stations?
VE1 Whiskey India November, VE1 WIN, New Brunswick.
All right, and VE1 WIN, we got you added to the list there, Peter. Okay, top of the list, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Echo Charlie. Jody, come on in.
VE1 CA and the Maritime Fusion Net, VE1 JEC. Well, good evening there, Rob, all on frequency. Got Aubrey come behind me, and Peter as well. And chilly day up here at Woodstock First Nation today. 6 degrees and a little bit of rain, so it's a fall weather, that's for sure. Anyhow, besides that, Rob, nothing else going on. It's pretty quiet. So I'm going to say 7-3 to all, 88 to the ladies out there, and thanks for calling me in. Thanks for doing that. 7-3.
VE1 JEC, VE1 CRA. Jody, thanks for the check-in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3. And next is Victor Echo 1, Oscar Lima. Aubrey, come on in.
VE1CA, and that's VE1 OL. Hi, Rob, and everybody else on the net here tonight. This is net night, eh? It was White Cane Net, Maritime Net, this net, Mirror Machine Net. Anyway, good to hear everybody. Hi to Jody there. And I had my dog out for a walk just before dark, and I wished I had a heavier jacket on. It was quite cold, especially with the wind. But when you're 92, I guess it doesn't take much to feel cold. Anyway, we'll say 73. Thanks for doing the net. Interesting to know
when you're through there, just how many you called in, because it seems to me you got quite a list there. Back to you, Rob. Good night, everybody. VE1OL.
VE1OL, VE1CA. All right, Aubrey, thanks for the check-in. Great to hear you there. So far, your check-in number 24. 24 there. All right, you have yourself a great evening, 7-3. And last but not least on the list, Victor Echo 1, Whiskey India November. Peter, come in. Come on in.
Good evening, Rob. No traffic for the net. Have a great week, everybody. 7-3. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
VE1WN, VE1C. All right, Peter. Well, thanks for the check-in. You have yourself a great evening, 7-3. All right, now we'll go for second round of Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia stations, please call now.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima, VE1JBL.
Victor Echo 1, Bravo India Charlie, VE1BIC.
Victor Echo 1, Papa Sierra, Portable, V1PS.
And just in case, V1C.
All right, so far I have a VE1 JBL, a VE1 BIC, a VE1 Papa Sierra, and I got you in here, Robert. You're a little broken up. A VE1 CT. Was there any other Nova Scotia stations?
V1 Hotel Alpha Papa, VE1 HAP.
Also added to VE1 HAP. All right, let's take the portable station first here, and then we'll go on the list. VE1 Papa Sierra portable. Peter, come on in.
Good evening, Rob. Everybody else on the net. Just a quick check-in here from Halifax. Everybody's talking about rain today, but where we were, clouds passed, but we didn't have too much precipitation. I know it has been colder in the mornings, and I see a 0 and a couple of very low single digits for the overnights for the next few nights, but, well, I think we had a better day than we were forecasted. So with that, sir, I shall turn it back to you, VE1PS.
VE1PS portable, VE1C. All right, Peter. Well, thanks for the check-in, and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. Next we'll go to VE1 Julia Bravo Lima. Jim, come on in.
VE1 Charlie Alpha and the Maritime Fusion at VE1 JBL. Good evening, Robert, and all on frequency. Just check in here, Robert. I'm doing some emails on the computer here, so I won't keep it. But thanks for doing the net. Thanks for calling me in. Look forward to the recap there, 7-3. VE1 Charlie Alpha from VE1 JBL.
VE1 JBL, VE1 CA. All right, Jim, thanks for the check-in, and you have yourself a great evening, 7-3. Next is Victor Echo 1, Bravo India Charlie. Ron, come on in.
V1CA, good evening, Robert. All those on net this evening. Yeah, V1BIC, Ron here in Amherst. Yeah, rare day off for me, so I ended up doing a few odd jobs. My young fella had some Cat 5 cable he wanted run to his TV sets in his house, so I did that this morning and worked around here, working on a couple old computer boxes there to get them resurrected. They still seem to work okay, so
got to clean them up and do some getting rid of some old files off them and stuff like that. Yep. And usually I'm on working Wednesday night, so I was lucky to have tonight off so I could check in to the net there. So thanks for doing the net. VE1CA, VE1BIC.
VE1BIC, VE1CA. All right, Ron, thanks for the check-in, and you have yourself a great evening. 7-3. All right, next is Victor Echo 1, Charlie Tango. Robert, come on in.
V1CA, V1CT Portable. Good evening to you, Rob. All on frequency. Just thought I'd pop in real quick there. It's funny, I guess, after 17 tries through Glenmont, we actually got through. Yeah, there we go. Just be persistent, I guess, with the repeaters. Hi. Got nothing further at this time. I look forward to everyone's check-in tomorrow morning there with the Maritime 2-meter wake-up net. I'll pass it back to you there, Rob, and everyone have yourselves a great and safe evening now. Doing a great job this year, so Rob as well there. VE1CA, VE1CT Portable, 7-3.
VE1 Charlie Tango, VE1C. All right, Robert. Well, glad you made it in. I did see you key up. Did see your call sign come up there when I was doing that last call for New Brunswick. So I was going to just lift, and then I heard you there checking in. So we got you. All right, you have yourself a great evening. 7-3. And last but not least, we have Victor Echo 1 Hotel Alpha Papa. Happy, come on in.
VE1CA and the Fusion Net, VE1HAP. Good evening to all on frequency, and just haven't been here for a while checking in, so I just thought I'd give you another contact, another number for the net. And yeah, in Yemet here it's been raining sun most of the day, so I guess that's part of it. Some of the wells are still quite dry, so rain is muchly needed. So we'll say 7-3 to one and all, and we'll catch you later on. VE1CA and Fusion Net, VE1HAP.
VE1HAP, VE1C. All right, Happy. Well, thanks for checking in, and you have yourself a great evening. 7-3. Okay, now we're going to open things up to anyone anywhere here before we wrap things up for the evening. So anyone anywhere that would like to check in to the Maritime Fusion Net, please call now.
Echo 9, November Hotel Sierra.
Victor Echo 9, Alpha India.
Okay, I got VE9 November Hotel Sierra and a VE9 Alpha India. Any other stations that would like to check in? Okay, we'll go to the top of the list. Victor Echo 9 November Hotel Sierra. Nelson, come on in.
VE1CA from VE9 NHS. Hello, Rob. This is Heath here in Fredericton. A little late getting in here tonight. I just thought I'd stop in and say hello. New checking into this net. This is my second time, and like I say, a little late getting in. I guess I picked it up when VE1JBL Jim was doing his check-in. Other than that, not a whole lot going on in my world here in Fredericton. I would like to say hello to Gary coming in behind me. Just a few minutes up the road for me. So other than that, hope everybody has a fantastic week, and we'll send it back to Net Control. VE1CA from VE9 NHS.
VE9 NHS, VE1CA right now, so thanks for the check-in. Good to hear you, and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. And last but not least, Victor Echo 9 Alpha India. Gary, come on in.
VE1CA Net Control, VE9AI. Good evening to everybody on net. Heath there ahead of me. Not too much new here, I guess. Rainy, wet day and sun and all kinds of stuff. Still trying to get over my broken ankle here that I laid up with, but it's coming now, so. Anyway, other than that, not much else new, I guess. So back to Net Control, VE9AI.
Now, VE9AI, VE1CA, all right, Gary. Well, thanks for the check-in, and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. All right, bottom of the list, we're going to issue our second last call for the night, second last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Anyone, anywhere that would like to check in, please call now.
Victor Echo 9, Golf Charlie Mobile.
Okay, I got a VE9 Golf Charlie Mobile. Any other stations anywhere would like to check in, please call now. All right, VE9 Golf Charlie Mobile. Gordon, come on in.
VE1 Charlie, VE9 Mobile. Good evening there, Rob, and everybody on frequency. Just came out of a meeting and said, oh, well, we'll turn the radio on and see what's, if anybody's about. So the net was still going on. Great. So just a bean for the pot for you, my friend. It's, what do we got, 6 degrees here in the Moncton area and a little precipitation from time to time. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks for calling me in, and we'll look forward to next Wednesday night. VE1CA, VE9GC Mobile.
VE9GC Mobile, VE1CA. All right, Gordon, thanks for checking in, and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. And with that, we were going to issue our last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Please call now, anyone, anywhere.
VE9 Oscar Sierra Kilo, portable mobile.
Okay, got a VE9 Oscar Sierra Kilo portable mobile. Any other stations? Last call.
Victor Echo 1 Zulu X-ray, VE1ZX.
You, Brad, one more try. Anyone, anywhere, please call now. All right, top of the list of VE9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Oscar, come on in.
V1 C, I can't remember the last letter now. V9 Oscar Sierra Kilo here, just coming out of the same meeting I scored there. just want to give you a check-in there. So happy that I put the radio on and heard your last call there. No traffic beside that. Thanks for doing that and calling me in. Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo, mobile.
V9 Oscar Sierra Kilo Mobile, VE1CA. All right, Oscar, thanks for the check-in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3. And to wrap up the net, we got Brad, VE1 Zulu X-Ray. Come on in.
VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE1 Zulu X-Ray. A very good evening, Rob. Kind of a cool one. It's 7 degrees here, but I see the barometer's pointing straight up, which looks good. Rain off and on today. Lots of lights out there on the water. The lobster season opened on the 15th, so they're out there pulling pots tonight there. With all their bright lights there. Thanks for checking me in, Rob. Have a great evening there. VE1CA, VE1 Zulu X-Ray.
VE1 Zulu X-Ray, VE1CA. All right, Brad. Well, thanks for checking in, and you have yourself a great evening. 7-3. All right, with that, we're going to close the net just in time here. We had 35 check-ins tonight. 35 check-ins. We'd like to thank all the amateurs for checking in tonight. Also want to thank the owners of the repeaters and nodes who linked in tonight for helping us expand the area for local hams to check in. For more information about the Maritime Fusion Net, go to the Moncton Area ARC's website at www.maarc.ca. Mike Alpha Romeo Charlie Alpha, and click on Club Activities/Nets. Now that the net has concluded, the CQ Maritime's room is now open for general use. This is Victor Echo 1 Charlie Alpha signing off. Good night all.